This program is hosted. Hi everyone, and welcome to a new year-long challenge of getting better at drawing. My name is Taire and I'm one of the participants in this journey hosted by Mark Brunet. Although I already have some experience with traditional and digital art and even 3D modeling, I felt it was time to ascend to the next level art-wise and get back into the basics. This is why I'm here to share with you the results of the first month, and it's been an exciting start. But let me tell you a little about this challenge first. If you already know or maybe participate as well, feel free to skip to the next chapter at this timestamp. This program is hosted by Mark Brunet from YouTube Art School, who worked as a senior artist at Blizzard and is busy posting awesome tutorials on YouTube, so I greatly encourage you to check him out. All links are below, so when you're already at Mark's YouTube, go watch his video about this challenge. He's offering a breakdown of all months so you can prepare in advance and get a full picture of where we will be at the end of the year. In general, each month's challenge consists of one exercise that you do repeatedly, if possible each day, 1 or 2 topics to study, and 1 bigger task to complete at the end of the month. For January, this means at least 30 gesture drawings, each one taking between 2 and 5 minutes. The study area consists of perspective basics and shape studies in black and white. The bigger task in January is studying pieces of artists you like. This will help you get a better understanding of what you admire and where you might move in the next year. Before we start, I made a webpage for this challenge to put a little pressure onto myself. Even though Mark offers a download of all months in an overview, I felt I needed something of my own to track my progress. So I added some diagrams with time breakdowns and overall tasks, and will continue to track how I'm doing along the journey. As always, all links are below, and if you're participating as well, feel free to clone my project on GitHub and track your own progress. But enough of the tech talk, let's dive into the recap and take a look at what we've got. First, let's have a look at the gesture drawings I did. Although I mostly focus on digital art, I wanted to reconnect the paper and will continue to do so throughout the year. So let's crank out my sketchbook. Some things of what you will see here are really wonky, so please don't judge me. According to drawpaintacademy.com, gestures mean capturing the action, form and pose of a subject, starting with just a few lines to capture a line of action and adding details as you go. At first I really did not know what a gesture drawing really was, so I just started sketching random people in various poses. The first ones took way longer than the allowed 5 minutes, but researching what gesture drawing really meant really helped a lot to actually get this done. I experimented with various styles and ways to start. For some poses I did the classic shape blocking I'm already used to, but for others I skipped a step and just went straight in and sketched the outlines, adding shadows if I had enough time. Diving straight into outlines and skipping the shape blocking part was definitely fun to try, since drawing shapes tends to take such a long time. I will try to skip this phase in the future and get straight to outlining. Okay, so on to the next topics, perspective basics and shape studies. I really didn't know what to do with this one, so I completely procrastinated on these two. I had an art teacher in school who would always have us do drills with drawing cubes and cylinders from different angles, so that's what I did, or at least try to do, but that's about it. I did try though to incorporate different perspectives into my gesture drawings, so I guess this counts as a win, maybe. The next task was studying art that you like. For this task I made a list of artists I really like and what exactly I like about their art. I tried to compare their work to my own and find areas I wanted to improve. Once I identified those things I wanted to work on, I started by tracing some of their artworks. Disclaimer: if you plan to trace someone else's art and publish it as your own, at least ask them first. Many people consider it stealing and you might get in trouble with copyright claims for doing so, but in most cases tracing for personal studies is considered okay. Since I've never really traced art before, this technique was also new to me and I was surprised at how relaxing it was. Just copying a finished piece into Krita and drawing over the lines is something I definitely will incorporate into my future workflow. I also want to take this a step further in the future and get a better understanding of the general flow of an art piece, where the lines of actions flow and how the whole composition with the character and their environment works. But because I was just tracing, there's no finished piece here to show you, but I hope you enjoy the progress videos in the background. Okay, let's wrap up this month. There are some few key takeaways I want to share with you. The first one is kind of obvious, but I can't stress this enough. Practice makes perfect. Just looking at art and calling it stunning isn't going to get you as far as tracing or finding the composition keys in an artwork. The second one, building a habit of just drawing 5 minutes a day is harder than I thought, but I will try to stick to it in the future. Although it definitely is okay to skip day, we are just humans after all, so you can rest, but you cannot give up. Other than that, I'm really excited for all that lies ahead. There's definitely great things to come and I can't wait to get there. So, see you next time. Bye!